Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of The Real Movie Critics. I don't have a catchy tagline for it yet, but it is a work in progress. We're going to keep on going with the theme of horror movies on this particular month of October. And not just horror movies, but also horror movies I've never seen. And let me
which is every horror movie ever made.
I was going to say, which is a lot of horror movies.
Wow. I've seen a couple.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah, you can probably count on your hands how many horror movies you've seen.
Yeah, you're probably right.
At least he's seen the Monster Squad. I'll give him credit on that one. Give us one of the greatest lines of all time. Yes, it is too. Yes, it is. It's a horror movie. It's got all the
Man has NARS. Is that why?
It is a horror movie because horror movies started with the Universal movie monsters.
All right, fair point. Fair point. Okay.
And yes, it is one of the greatest lines of all time. Wolfman's got nards.
Wolfman's got nards. Kick him in the nards.
My name is Horace.
Yeah, I feel like that was you as a child.
No, I wasn't a fat kid as a kid.
Well, I'm gonna imagine you as fucking Horace in my head.
Dude, I was not even
like your head's the same size and everything.
Wow.
Like it's just like a mini version of you. My name is Zodiac.
Actually, it's fitting because fat guy farted. He's all about farting.
Yeah, boy.
Anyway, before we talk about the movie we're going to talk about today, let me introduce the bullies that are in the group right now. First, we have the creator, the proprietor of the Repeat Movie Viewer, and he is the Psycho Nerd podcast, none other than my adopted brother, the Psycho Nerd.
That's supposed to hurt my feelings. It doesn't.
I know. People, if you know, you know.
I mean, he could be so honored.
I know, right?
I am, very much so.
And to my right,
anyway,
he is the creator of the Somewhat Supernatural podcast. I didn't mention this last time. I didn't give Ben any love, and I felt horrible. He's also the co-host of the Recycled Corn podcast, and he's also the owner and commentator partner of mine on Apex Championship Entertainment, the man with the million names, Mr. Lord Scuba Cabra.
Yeah, and I got a lot of names. But you know what? It took me a long time to get that perfected. And I feel like I have it perfected now. So, I like it.
I feel like whenever you introduce yourself, it's like the fight between Apollo Creed and
I was just gonna say that.
Oh my God. Nicknames, bro. Like
Stallion, almost done.
Now, we did Devil's Rejects last week. That episode will be dropping, or has already dropped at this point. But we went a little bit, I think we went a little bit darker with what the movie we're about to talk about, and that's going to be Terrifier 2. Now, I had to watch Terrifier 1 and that fucking short that Scuba sent me from fucking YouTube. That shit was fucked up, by the way. Yeah.
Good job, man. Good job.
But Terrifier 2 premiered on October 6, 2022, directed by Damien Leone. Is that Leone? Is that how you pronounce it? Okay.
Leone.
Starring Lauren Lavera as Sienna Shaw, David Howard Thornton returns as Art the Clown, Emile McLean as the little pale girl. Little bitch was creepy, by the way.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Sarah Boyd as Barbara Shaw, and Elliot Fulham as Jonathan Shaw, and a cameo by none other than Chris Jericho as Berg, bringing the walls down.
Well, there's a couple other familiar faces along the way. When you look at the dead possum, the kid in the middle with the beanie, that's the guy who plays LaRusso's kid in Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Took me a minute to figure that one out. And Miss Principal. You suck. And Miss Principal is played by Felissa Rose, who I think Scuba might know from a movie called Sleepaway Camp. Maybe
is that the one that told him to stop running, and she pulled her jacket back, and her nipples were like, "Bing." Okay,
it's Felissa Rose. See, and that's another one you've never seen. God damn it, dude!
What?
Oh, the twist in Sleepaway Camp. Oh. I feel like you need to watch Sleepaway Camp just to say you watched it for that ending. Just for the fucking ending.
Well, you know what? Robot Chicken ruined it for me by doing a skit of it, and it got me curious. And I watched it a few years ago for the first time. I now have it on Blu-ray. But it's still creepy ass ending, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It's a very fucked up ending. But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about one of the greatest. See, and Is it horror? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it's more like gore.
It's gore.
It's
And
gore.
I know I was talking to Scuba earlier. I do want to do a disclaimer real quick. I have been watching these movies wrong. I've been watching with the intent of being scared out of my fucking wits. And Psycho was like, bro, watch them for the cool effects and for the story, which Terrifier 2 had a much better story than the first one did.
It sure did.
Granted, I don't need the killer to have a story, but when they have one, it's always nice.
But it helps.
Rob Zombie Halloween is a good example of that. This movie, some of the kills, I mean, the slit kill in the
slit
first
split.
One,
I have dubbed it the slit split. So if you hear anybody else call it that,
they owe you money.
It's because they heard me call it that in a random chat or Facebook group or something. But I dubbed it the slit split. Even when I talked to David Howard Thornton when he was here in Corpus, I got to talk to him about that kill, telling him, how cool it was. And I called it the slit split, and him and Damien just started laughing. Because that's what I call it. I'm like, I mean, what else would you fucking call it?
Really. You need to copyright that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Get a dime every time someone says it.
Yeah, definitely. This movie, I mean, compared to the first one, was a nice introduction to the character. And again, the YouTube short that I watched, it was the actual director that played the character, if I'm not mistaken.
No. It was another guy. His name was Michael. Ooh, his last name slips me right now, but it was a different person that played him.
Okay.
They did it for the short film, but he didn't want to play him for the actual movie. So they hired David to do it, which I think was a great change because David does have that classical mime training. And it works so well on screen for this version. He's not a mime. Art the Clown is not a mime. He is 100% a clown.
He just has no color.
But it is just everything that he does is just so over the top.
Yeah.
And you see the joy that he gets out of tormenting people. And I feel like that's what sets him apart from other slashers. We know Freddy gets his joy and he makes his little quips and this and that. Jason, you never really get to see. He's just kind of like methodical and just does what he does. He's a beast that is set loose. He's an animal, essentially. You can't stop a bear. You can't stop a bear from doing what a bear is going to do. Michael Myers, depending on what timeline you're following with the movies, that could go any way. Is it the Cult of Thorn? Is it, he's evil incarnate, or is he just a dude that he's just a dude that kills? Depends on what timeline you're going with. But art just does what art do. And
I know we talked about it. We talked about it earlier. What made him creepier is that he doesn't talk. He doesn't make any, but he makes facial expressions, which just makes him creepy. He's like, by that fucking wave, we talked about this earlier. I'm seeing Rhea Ripley in WWE in a whole different light. I'm like, I can never see her do that wave and not go, dude, Art the Clown is living in her mind rent fucking free right now.
I'm busy. What?
There is
recording. What?
There is a rumor going around that she will be cast in Terrifier 4.
That would be cool.
Maybe for a small role, the way Jericho had his small role at the end of 2 and at the beginning of 3.
Yeah.
It may be something similar, but I know that she has already stated that if she is in the movie, she wants to have a brutal death. So if they can cast her for it, I think that'd be fucking cool. I don't know how they would do it. I haven't even heard any rumors on what the script is going to be. We can't even touch on 3 right now because you haven't seen it yet. No. But let's go back. Let's rewind to part 1. This takes place Halloween night.
Yep.
And we are introduced to the 2 girls. Their names slip me right now, but we're introduced to the 2 girls. And they get a flat tire. They go to this pizza parlor. Art shows up and just starts staring at them. And they start messing with him back, which you fucked up doing.
Well, no, the blonde girl fucked with him, not the other girl. The other girl.
Oh, yeah. Dawn and Tara. Dawn and Tara.
Yeah, Dawn and Tara. Yeah. So
Dawn is what set this whole thing in motion, in my opinion. She's the one who kept screwing around with Art, taking selfies with him and knocking his hat off and shit.
Now, my question for you boys, if they never would have even looked his way or messed with him, do you think he still would have killed them?
Probably because we find that watching the movies, he pretty much kills anybody that he comes into contact with, regardless.
Yeah, he has no rhyme or reason.
Or not. Yeah. You got people that are mean to him, he kills them. If you're nice to him, he kills you. It's like there's no rule book. You come into his line of sight, you're dead.
And I think that's
that. If they had not argued over who was driving them home, they would still be fucking alive. Like, I'm not that drunk. Oh, I'm not going to drive. Let's go get some pizza. I'll sober up. If they had not gotten the pizza parlor, they would still be alive today.
That's valid, I think.
True.
But that blonde bitch had to be like, let me fuck with him, take a selfie. And I love at the end of the movie, he does the same thing to her after he kills her. The blonde girl that got the slit split. He pretty much takes the selfie with her phone. I'm like, dude, that's funny. I was laughing like, dude, I shouldn't be laughing, but this is funny.
But his performance makes it funny.
Yeah, and this movie makes you throw out the slasher rule book. There's a rule book that every slasher plays by, and this movie does not follow those rules. And I think that is why it had such a cult following. And I was shocked when they announced a sequel, because this was not released in theaters. This was not a big budget film.
Yeah.
I think the first time I saw this Terrifier was maybe on Tubi. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember where I watched it, but I was like, holy shit. Like, I was impressed. The practical effects are absolutely amazing. Art's creepy as shit. The story, it's lacking. There's a lot lacking. You can tell that Damien didn't really directed a lot and didn't really know what direction he was going to take the movie.
Yeah.
And it does kind of drag in some spots. There's some things that feel like it could have been cut down a little more to make it a more cohesive movie. But for what it is, it's a great starting point. But there's really no main story for the movie other than Art fucking with the girl. Then we get introduced to Victoria Hayes, who is the sister of one of the girls.
Yeah.
She's Tara's sister, yeah. And she was just studying. They called her to go pick her up. She goes and tries to find them, enters this apartment building, and
her life changes forever.
And what the fucked up part is when we think that Tara is the final girl. And if you've seen any fucking horror movie, you know that final girl is the one who makes it to the end. And I cannot think of another movie before this one that did a twist and said, no, she's not the final girl. Because when we think she's about to get away from Art and get the final blow on him to kill him, he pulls out one of the biggest rule breakers in slashers. He pulls out a gun and shoots her in the fucking face.
Yeah, multiple times.
But, and then that's when we realize that, shit, Victoria's the final girl.
I think the only other movie I can think of in slasher history that kind of follows that beat, at least to a degree, is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Because in the beginning of the movie, we're led to believe that, what's her name? The blonde girl is the main girl.
Tina.
Yeah. We're led to believe that.
Yeah, because she's the first one that we're introduced to. We see her nightmare first. So I can get that. But I just feel like the switch wasn't as big as it was.
No, not as big.
In this. Because, yes, we open up in Nightmare on Elm Street with Tina's nightmare, but then we're immediately thrown to Nancy.
Yeah, after about 30 minutes or so. Yeah. It's not the same it's not the same perspective, but it's at least somewhat similar.
Yeah. And so this one was just such a huge fucking shocker. And then, Art dies at the end. So when they announced Terrifier 2, I'm like, how? He died. Like, they fucking, like, the back of it, like, he killed himself. He committed suicide. Like, how are they going to do a sequel?
And how have these other slashers just shown up?
I was just going to say, man, that's the slasher genre in a nutshell.
And it is. But this one just felt different. So there was really nothing supernatural about him. There was nothing that led you to believe that he was a demon or possessed by a demon or any of that. He was just a dude in a clown suit killing people.
Yeah.
And so then when part 2 starts, it picks up right where the first one left off in the morgue. And all of a sudden, there's this fucking lightning storm. Shit starts going crazy. And Art is alive and kills that poor damn fucking coroner horribly and pulls his eyeball out and commences to stick the eyeball where his eyeball was missing from him shooting himself.
And that's another question I have is what is Art's obsession with fucking eyeballs?
Yeah, because
he kills out. I could not comprehend. And I wasn't going to go on a Google search because fan theories are just a dime a dozen. I'm like, dude, this dude is just obsessed with fucking eyeballs, and it weirded me out a little bit because you get anything in your eye, you're like, ugh. So this dude just fucking pulled his eye out like it was nothing. You know, like he's fucking Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volume 2. Just I gotcha. You know, I did like the twist at the beginning and the end of the first one where we see the girl, her face is all fucked up. We had no fucking clue what that was all about until the very fucking end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa.
And we find out it was Victoria the whole time.
Yeah, it was her the whole time. I'm like, dude, okay.
Which is really weird because it doesn't give any context as to why she attacked the interviewer. You know what I mean? And yeah, it could have been because she was talking shit and she overheard the conversation, blah, blah, blah.
Probably. That could be what it was. Who knows?
But
she did kind of snicker and laugh at the end when she was done fucking her up.
It goes a lot deeper into what's actually going on in part 2, and then it goes even deeper in part 3, which, like I said, we're not there yet, but you do figure out some of the shit that's going on.
Yeah.
But part 2, they crank up the gore.
Yeah.
They crank up the craziness. We actually have a story now set with Sienna, her family, her brother Jonathan, her mom, their dad committed suicide. And it doesn't really touch base a lot on why. Just that we find out later on that the friend says that he had a brain tumor and he, ended up killing himself.
Yeah.
Or did he?
We're going to get more of this down the road. Damien Leone has already said he already has a very good idea of where the franchise is going forward at this point, because he was at Fantastic Fest, not this last year, but the year before when he debuted part 3. He did a Q&A afterwards, and yeah, we got at least one, if not 2 more sequels coming.
Well, see,
I heard it's only one more. That's what I heard.
He said 1, if not more, but definitely there's going to be at least 1 more. It'll probably be the end all, beat all. So
yeah, after watching the movie and just the way everything, the visions he was seeing of Art and the daughter dressed up as that angel or whatever, she was like some sort of warrior with wings.
Oh, it was the superhero. It was the superhero that her dad had created when she was a little girl.
Which looks
thinking that Art the clown is the father.
So that is where everybody was. That's where everybody was leaning towards.
Yeah, but I mean that's pretty extreme though.
So, okay, so, damn it, we find out in 3 that that's not the case.
Okay, I mean I'm okay with that.
We do get to see a flashback with her dad, and her dad is Jason Patric from Lost Boys.
Nice.
Yeah, so he does cameo as her dad, but that is what everybody assumed after Terrifier 2 was that was. Well, damn, is it the dad? Is it somehow that he was possessed and he killed himself in that? But like I said, we find out in 3 that is not the case.
Which would have been an interesting twist if they went that direction. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Part of me is thinking, too, that little creepy girl clown has also got something to do with it, too. Again, I have yet to see Terrifier 3. So
she's the devil. She's straight up the devil. She is straight up. The pale girl is the... She is the embodiment of the devil. She is who resurrected Art.
Yeah.
Because she admires what Art does.
Yeah.
She admired the evil person that Art was in his life, so she resurrects him and is essentially guiding him to do her bidding. So everything that he's doing in this film is because she wants him to do it. There's a reason that she she is the one who wants Sienna stopped. It's not really something that Art, I mean, granted, he may have gone after her regardless, but the only reason that he's even put on her trail, a lot of it has to do with the Pale Girl and the mythos that is being built up for the next film. But this one just has some of the most grotesque kills that made me, and granted, I have a very strong stomach when it comes to horror films. I sat through the Green Inferno and didn't I didn't even I just ate my popcorn and my hot dog the entire time and didn't fucking flinch at all. This is just so fucked up, especially when he skins the girl.
Dude, Allie's kill was terrible.
When he scalped her. Yeah,
pours bleach on her, then rubs salt on her.
Oh,
and you know, and watching this, and I don't know what this says about me as a person, but I'm grinning ear to ear every time Art kills somebody. There is nobody that has died in any of these movies where I'm just like, man, because everybody that dies, I feel like, okay, cool, fuck you anyways. Like, yeah, I didn't.
Well, to be fair, of Sienna's friends, the brunette that got hacked up was the nicer of the two. She just didn't want to give him any fucking candy. And so he's like, oh, really? I'm not going to get my fucking Twix on? Fuck you, bitch. I'm chopping off all your hair. I'm going to fuck you up, and I'm going to let your mom walk in and fucking see you. And her last words, mommy. And then,
which begs the question, if she'd have given him candy from the get-go, would he have killed her anyway?
I think he would have. I think he would have just walked away because she was not his target. But he wanted to get in Sienna's circle, and so that's why he went there. And I think if she would have given him the candy, who knows? Maybe he still would have killed her. But I think he would have left. She would not have died right then and there because it was the disrespect with throwing the fucking candy that ultimately, you know, he went from
really
frowning real quick. Like,
and the fact that she saw what was in the trash bag was like, oh, fuck this.
It's like, okay.
Which is like one of the super heavy dutyest trash bags ever with all those sharp objects in it, not fucking poking through.
Hefty.
Yeah, no shit.
Whippy.
I'm sorry, but the kill that got me, I mean, that girl dying the way she did was fucked up.
Yeah, because it went on and on.
But the quick way the mom went with that
shotgun to the face.
Fucking face.
But you know,
I'm like, bro.
That was a brutal kill, but the payoff for that kill was absolutely fucking hilarious. Mashed potatoes in the hole, like, dude, that I laughed so fucking hard in the theater watching that. And like I said, I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I fucking laughed my ass. It was so fucking comical to me just to fucking stuff. Why are you stuffing mashed potatoes in this woman's fucking face hole?
And not only that, but she had really I mean, I know Sienna was the target, but the mom did absolutely nothing to.
She was a cunt. She was a straight up cunt.
Oh,
she was 100% a cunt and deserved to die.
But I can kind of feel for the mom because, you know, her husband just killed himself. The son is kind of
he's a little out there.
Well, and so is Sienna. Sienna had mental issues as well, and they talk a little. They touch a little bit on it where she's on medication and stuff, and
I don't know. I feel like I identified with the mom in at least a couple of scenes. You know, somebody who is at a point with their child where they're so goddamn frustrated they just can't control their anger anymore.
I mean, we've all been there. We've all been there as parents.
We've seen it. So
it's funny when the mom called her when she's at the party and she's just rocking on alcohol and Molly, and then Sienna's like, you know, Mom, I don't say it enough, but I love you. As soon as she said that, I went, oh, that bitch is gonna die.
Mommy's gonna die. Yeah.
And that's one of the rules that I've learned. I learned it from Scream. There are certain rules in horror movies. You don't fuck or do any kind of sexual intercourse, and you don't see, I'll be right back. There's just certain things you don't do, and I saw that. I'm like, bro, that mom.
Well, and you're also not supposed to do drugs, but obviously,
no drugs and alcohol, sir.
But a lot of those tropes were, 80s, 70s, and even like early 90s films, and a lot of that has changed recently because they don't stick to that to those tropes anymore like they used to.
Yeah,
agreed. Not as much, no.
Yeah, and Brandon, and you made fun of the fact that I could probably count the number of horror movies I've seen on one hand. I did see Scream when it came out in '97. I was like, but the fucking rules and the way that what the fuck is the character?
Randy?
Is it Randy?
Yeah.
The way he goes out in the Psycho one, I'm like, bro, that
pissed me off so bad. But it turns out the only reason why he got killed is because he was talking shit about Billy. She even admits it later on in the film that, you know what, he started talking trash about Billy, and I got a little knife happy.
Yeah. The fact that it was Laurie Metcalf that killed him, too. She was, how about just straight up revenge?
Billy's mother. Didn't see it coming, did you?
And I'm sorry, but the boyfriend who was wearing this shirt that says just the tip and it was a knife, and then he gets his fucking dick chopped. As soon as he was taking a piss, I'm like, okay, where's Art? I'm like looking around.
That's foreshadowing, man. Major foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, he just, this is taking a piss. Oh my God, yeah. Like on my dick. God. Like, fuck, bro. And he's sitting there like, oh my God, my fucking dick has been chopped off and I can never fuck anybody again. Oh my God.
Yeah, I absolutely love Sienna and Art's first official encounter in the store. How he's just standing there and just trying on different glasses and staring at her the whole fucking time. He makes me laugh with every single new.
Damn it! I should have worn my damn sunflower glasses. Missed opportunity.
I felt bad for the fucking clerk in the fucking store. He nothing to do with. He's just doing his job. Hey, bro, if you're not going to buy anything, and then he puts the fucking thing on the counter. Okay, it's $8, and then he starts like crumbled up, blood smeared dollar bills, and then pennies and nickels and shit, and then he gets fucking hacked. I'm like, bro. And then the fact that the little kid sees Art holding his head. And I was like, oh my God, man, that's so cool.
He thinks it's an animatronic. And then, but what's great is when Art's holding it and, the mom's looking in the window and the kid's looking in the window and Art's just smiling, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as they walk away, he just tosses the head and we go back to that frame.
The one that fucked me up was when he cut the girl's head off, the first friend, and he's got the candy in her head
and gives it to the kids.
Why is it so sticky? Oh, it's just fake blood, honey. It'll be okay. I'm like, what the man? I was like, and there was a couple of times I made the mistake of eating before I watched the movie.
Didn't I warn you? Did I not warn you?
You did warn me, and I had made some chili a couple of days prior.
So that's even bad.
So I had some chili with some cornbread and some cheese, mixed it all up and whatever. I was fine until the very fucking end of the movie. We'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But just, you're right. These death scenes were just on a whole new fucking level. Like, I don't remember him pulling out a gun in this one though.
Yeah, the Clown Cafe scene.
During the
he pulls out the fucking
fucking Tommy gun and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh shit!
Feed this man. Feed this man.
And I love how after he's done blowing everybody away, he pulls out the torch and torches the girl with the guitar.
The girl with the guitar.
And she just sits there, just spinning around, playing the guitar like it ain't no thing. Oh, I'm just on fire. It's no big deal. Don't worry about me. I'm all right.
But this is the first glimpse that we get that there is something else going on. There is something. While Art, yes, is a supernatural. It's almost like when in Dream Warriors, when they realize that they have powers, because this is the part where Sienna pulls the fucking blade out of the box of cereal right before Art's about to fucking toast her, and she wakes up and her room is on fucking fire.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we're like, okay, what the fuck? How is this motherfucker on Freddy Krueger level now? Like, what is going on?
That was my first thought too.
Makes me wonder, but you know what? She could have just, instead of sticking her hand in the fucking box,
dump it out.
It reminded me of the very last Harry Potter when fucking one of the guys pulls out the fucking sword from the hat and it just happened to be sitting there.
Oh, wasn't that what's his name?
Neville Longbottom.
Neville? Yeah, Neville.
I'm gonna admit something real quick. You were talking about Dream Warriors.
You've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Bro, that is the best fucking Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Hands down.
I didn't hear anything. I was like, where's the bump, bump, bum? Where's
the fucking soundtrack alone is absolutely amazing.
The fucking I do like the song, the Dream You know, I love that song.
And Into the Fire. That's also a great tune in that movie.
Into the Fire. The whole soundtrack, man. That whole soundtrack is awesome.
I need that on
And the
vinyl.
movie itself is awesome too, because it's the first time that we get them actually fighting back. But in this movie is straight up the MTV generation Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
That's the way to look at it.
And by the way, rest in peace, MTV. They're going off the air.
Yeah, I saw that. What the fuck ever, dude?
Damn.
Like, can we just get the old 80s stuff on there, please? I love that shit.
And the fact that the sword, after, you know, fucking Art runs her through with the sword, leaves it there, and then goes and does what he does, and then she's drowning in that little escape artist bullshit. And then we see I'm like, dude, does the fucking sword have like some kind of magical entity in it or some shit? I'm sure it's explained in 3. I'll get there when I get there. And then she just fucking goes off. I mean, she looked fucking possessed. But then again, Art was eating her brother. Just I'm literally, fucking just eating him up, and she just fucks him up to no end, decapitates him. And then the little creepy girl just takes the head and I'm going to go over here. I would hate to see their psychiatrist medical bill after that, because they are going to be fucked.
You don't know yet.
Yeah, you don't know yet. You don't know yet, but it does. You get to, like I said, man, this one doesn't take place direct. Well,
it takes place like
the
right
opening
after.
scene. The opening scene does take place right after, but when the movie actually starts, it's I believe so we do actually get to see the whole mental health aspect of it and the way it's different between Jonathan and actually I don't know if it's a year late. It's actually more than a year.
I think I forget exactly
because Jonathan is in college already.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you got to remember, Sienna's a senior in high school,
and he was like 12 or 13.
And I think he was a freshman in this one. So at least 3 or 4 years had to have passed already. But the movie picks up right after we see what happens, and then it does a 4-year jump. So Sienna's battle has been going on mentally for a really long time, as has Jonathan's.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so. But we do get that awesome end credit scene where we finally see Victoria Hayes again, and she basically gives birth to Art's head, which is really weird.
That was the scene that I was watching it. I was like, is she shitting on herself? What the fuck is she doing?
No, she was giving birth to Art's head.
As soon as I saw all of that gore, I hit the pause button. I ran to the bathroom. Blah, I just threw.
Did you throw up, you pussy?
You fucking threw up.
Oh my god, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yes.
Mission accomplished.
Yes. Thank you, Damien. Thank you, David.
Yeah. I fucking cute. And it gave me some fucking wicked heartburn after. I was like, fuck.
That's fucking gnarly, dude.
And
well, so Samara also threw up when she watched it. So you're not the only one.
No,
you and my teenage daughter both fucking are giant vaginas.
How dare you, sir? Just wasn't expecting it. But yeah, she fucking gives birth to Art's head, and then that's pretty much all we see at that point. Just kind of, that's it. Movie's over, roll the credits. And I was telling Scuba earlier before we hit record, I saw in the opening credits like Chris Jericho. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. See? And then the credits roll at the end. I'm like, what the there was another person named Jericho that was in this movie.
See, I had the exact same impression.
And the post credit starts, and then there he is. I'm like, oh shit, there he is.
And we get a longer version of that scene at the beginning of Terrifier 3. That's what the beginning of Terrifier 3 is. It's just the elongated sequence of what occurs at that end scene. And it goes a lot further, and then we see a lot more, and it's explained a lot more. But the pale girl for me in Terrifier 2, she was creepy as shit. Emily did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, her intro was nuts. How she shit all over the ground.
Yeah, she's just shitting all over the ground, playing patty cake. No big deal.
I love how the dude in the laundromat's looking over, and he just sees Art playing patty cake, and he's just like, "What is?"
And he's naked, by the way.
He rolled his eyes. I'm like, dude, he's gonna die. It's just a matter of when, when and how, and we don't.
And it's so awesome that we don't see it. I love that it's an off-screen kill. Because when Art's leaving and we see him zipping up his little suit with a hanger, which a good idea. I never thought of doing that because I always have to have Mel zip mine up, but that's a good one. We just see him there with the fucking mop handle impaled in his fucking head. And,
I didn't think about that. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, because he was mopping up the blood and everything.
Yeah. So man, this movie, and like we said, this, like brother said, it's not a movie that you go in to be scared.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of franchise, man. This is something that you go in to enjoy the practical effects. You enjoy the campiness and the goofiness of just Art himself. This movie made so much fucking money.
I was just
off
about
of
to bring
the
that up.
tiny budget that it had. And I say tiny, even though it was still like $100,000 or over $100,000, right?
Yeah, the budget was $250,000. The box office domestic was 10.6 million. International was 4.8, which comes out to 15.6 million worldwide.
That is absolutely
insane,
unheard of.
Well, that's Blair Witch money, because Blair Witch was made for like 10 grand and it made millions of dollars.
Or some shit.
Yeah, some crazy shit like that.
But you got to remember too, this is an independent film.
Yeah,
this was not done by a studio the way Blair Witch was.
Yeah,
this was an independent film that made that much money off of that tiny budget, because $250,000 in movies, that's not a lot. That's not a lot of money.
Oh, agreed. But even then, if you do the math, it's like it made like 1,000 times more money than it
really did.
It made a shitload of money. Now I go to the portion of the show we talk about Rotten Tomatoes. Again, I am not a fan of the tomato meter because the fucking critics are stupid. I rely more on the fans. I did put Terrifier 3 on here. I'm going to actually omit that because I don't need to see what Terrifier 3 did. I just want to see what Terrifier 1 did. Let's see. Terrifier 1 tomato meter was 63%. I expect that with the critics. Popcorn meter was lower at 52, which kind of shocks me. But then again, it was the beginning. It was an independent film. It probably didn't get a whole lot of exposure. It is what it is. Rotten Tomatoes, on the other, for the second one, to a surprising twist, the critics liked it more than the fans did, which is not something you see every day.
No, not usually.
Tomato meter was at 87%, which is pretty good.
Wow.
Popcorn meter was sitting at 81. It's a little bit lower.
Still high.
Yeah, that's still high as fuck. Yeah,
that's
pretty high for a horror movie. It's still pretty high. That being said, start with you, Psycho. What is a cool little? We did fucking Tutti Frutti ice cream cones.
How about horns? Out of 5 horns.
There, I like that. Out of 5 horns, what would you rate this movie?
That's a tough call. There's a lot of things going on with this movie, and a lot of it not only with the gore, but the performances. All the performances of the main characters are very top notch, especially Lauren Levera. I want to see more from her going forward outside of this franchise. You know what? I'll give it 4.5. There's not too many things about this movie for me to complain about, but I still cringe when I see some of the death sequences, and it's like, that means you guys did a good job if you're making me feel the what is it? What do they call it when you feel the pain that they're feeling? What was it called?
The sympathy pains.
I forget the exact term. It'll come back to me, but I feel that every time. Every time someone gets their arm chopped off, I'm like, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, I was doing the same shit. Yeah.
So the fact that I still cringe when I watch this, and I've only seen it like 4 or 5 times in the last few years. You guys are clearly doing a good job of what you're doing with this movie. It still hits. So
4 out of 5. Okay, cool. Scuba, what are you going to give it?
I own this movie on Blu-ray. I have both Blu-rays. I have the regular Blu-ray. I have the Steelbook. I own it on VHS. I own it on digital. I have seen this movie over 100 times. It is one of my top favorite movies, and I'm going to give it what I gave it on Gore and More. I'm giving it a 5.
5 out of 5.
It hit every single just notch for me. I laughed, I cringed, I was amazed. The practical effects alone are fucking top notch.
Yeah, agreed.
And I am very, very big on practical effects. That CGI for me just ruins things a lot of times. If they use it to enhance, cool. But there's a lot of movies that could have been better if they would have stuck to practical effects.
Yep.
I'm talking to you, remake of The Thing. The prequel remake.
I was going to say it's the prequel, not a remake.
Yeah. Well, but it's still called The Thing. So
which
technically,
makes no sense at all. But anyway.
But if they would have stuck with practical effects like they had planned, it would have been a way better movie. But I can't complain about anything in this movie. A lot of people complain that it's too long and it bogs down in certain parts, but it needed to be that long to give us the backstories that we did not get in the first film.
Yeah, I agree. Because the first one was like an hour and 30 minutes long. This one was like 2 hours and 18 minutes.
And I will say that I saw this movie in theaters at least 15 times.
Jesus.
Not bad.
All right, so Psycho gives it 4 out of 5. Scuba gives it the 5 out of 5. And now for my rating. Now, I wasn't as harsh with this movie as I was with Devil's Rejects, only because I re-evaluated what I was watching.
Somebody had to give you some advice.
Kind of and it made sense. You know, I'm not watching to be scared. I'm watching it to see the gore and the blood and the every now and again the gratuitous nudity that we see. The shower scene was totally didn't need to be there, but I'm not bitching. I liked it anyway.
It was the cock tease.
Yeah, it really was.
You know what's great about that scene is there was a lot of people talking about it on like Twitter, and Lauren came out and was like, "Oh my god, it was a side boob. Like, fucking chill out, guys. It's just side boob. Like, I can imagine if I would have done full frontal. Like, fucking relax."
Yeah, I figured it was a body double.
No, it was her.
No, it was her.
Really her. Okay,
yeah.
Well.
My score, I give it 4 out of 5. Out of 5. I wasn't perfect. Again, you know, and there's no right or wrong way to rate a movie. But Scuba, can you do the math for me and see?
4.5.
So it's a 4.5 across the board?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So you already thinking. So the score is a 4.5. Okay, cool. All right. So it's obviously we all enjoyed this. And y'all recommended this movie. So obviously y'all didn't. Y'all were just waiting to see what I thought. Oh man. And the fact that it made me fucking puke at the end, you know.
Yo, pussy.
No.
And you know what's great? I didn't even have to rewatch it. It lives rent free in my head.
There's plenty of movies that I'm like that with too. So yeah, I feel you.
Now, going with the theme of horror movies that I've never seen, that's what we're going with for this particular month, and with Devil's Rejects and now Terrifier 2, we did agree on Trick or Treat for the next episode.
Yeah.
Like
I said, it's one that you've never seen. I know we had talked about, last episode about House or Creep Show, but I feel we should just both great movies, both great films. Yeah. But I feel that if we're going to do this horror movie thing for this month, it needs to be films that you have never seen. And I feel if you enjoyed Creep Show, you'll enjoy Trick or Treat.
Okay.
It is technically speaking an anthology film.
It is an anthology film, and what's great is that but what's different from any other anthology film, let's say like VHS or even Creep Show, this all takes place in the same town, at the same time,
and they all intertwine at some point.
Yeah, and all the stories intertwine. It's a really cool take, and I feel like Sam is one of those. We need a sequel. We need a Trick or Treat sequel.
He says it's a damn shame. One, dude. He says
it's a damn shame. I have the graphic novels. They're absolutely amazing, but we need a legit on-screen sequel, and you'll enjoy it, man. And that's another one. Don't watch it to be scared. There's nothing scary about it.
Yeah, and
pay attention to the stories. Appreciate how they intertwine with each other, and you'll be like, oh.
You gotta pay attention.
You have to pay attention.
Yes.
And this time I'm not gonna eat before I watch. I'm gonna eat after.
No, you can eat. This one doesn't have.
No. It's not that bad.
This is a whole different animal.
Okay. And absolutely. Just to let everybody who's listening or watching know, we will be doing Terrifier 3 in December because it is technically a Christmas movie. So
and speaking of Christmas,
he dresses up as freaking Santa, dude.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It takes place during Christmas time. It is a Christmas movie. But speaking of Christmas, the kid from Bad Santa, which I know we talked about last episode, is in Trick or Treat.
Yes, he is. Right. He's a little bastard. He's a little bastard going around destroying all the pumpkins.
Yep.
Oh, spoiler alert, Dick.
No, that's not even a
That's
spoiler.
not a spoiler. No, what happens to him would be a spoiler, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, we're not going to talk about that. Let you experience it for yourself.
Well, on that note, we will conclude this episode. Psycho, promote your shit.
Promote my shit. Okay, well, I am the Psycho nerd. I got 3 new recordings done. I'm just going through the editing process, so I'll be putting out some new podcasts in upcoming weeks. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my for people viewing right now. I got a lot of different ideas. It's just a matter of doing it. I have a new camera, and I'm playing with it, and I'm learning about it. I expect some new shit coming out. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I know what you're thinking. You sly bastard. Shut up.
Do with it. I'm gonna set up an OnlyFans, but they're gonna make me put my clothes back on.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Make that money.
Make that Mandy Rose money.
Nobody wants to pay money to see my fat ass. Okay.
You know what? You would think not, but there is a market.
People out there.
There is a market out there for all different kinds of things.
Oh, shit. All right.
You ain't gonna see that shit. No.
Now, Mr. Lord Scuba Cabra, promote yo shit. Here come the nicknames.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host with the ghost, the prince of the paranormal, the duke of the dead, the dean of the deceased, the ghost daddy himself, Lord Scuba Cabra. And I will say that actually here in about 9 minutes, the newest episode, well, not 9 minutes now, because this is in the you'll be watching this in the future, and this is in the past. So Apex Uprising, Fatality would have already happened. Go to our YouTube page, Apex Championship Entertainment. Check that shit out if you're into wrestling. Also, I will have, hopefully by the time this episode drops, I will have 2 new episodes of Somewhat Supernatural. The first one is already available on Spotify. And the next one that is coming up that I will record is about the Battle for Dulce Base, which is a really cool conspiracy theory, maybe true story that occurred about aliens. So I don't know. We'll see. We do have Crypto Cringe also with my wife, our podcast coming up. I don't know what the next episode is. I forget at this time, but it's a stupid movie. So we review all the shitty movies so you guys don't have to. And what else I got?
You want to watch them even more, right? You know this.
Well, yeah, I know. And then for Gore and More, by the time this drops, we'll already have reviewed Asriel. I don't know what is up after that, but tune in to Gore and More on Mondays. Appreciate it, you guys. Thank you.
And with that, I am DJ Zodiac. We are not going by my real name anymore. Fuck that. That persona is dead. DJ Zodiac. This is the real. Anyway. Shut up. You can catch my other podcast, DJ Zodiac Podcast, where we talk about WWE, everything WWE, including news and reviews of Raw and SmackDown. Interesting episode this week because a lot of shit went down on Raw. So make sure just Google DJ Zodiac Podcast. You'll find us. And of course, this is the Real Movie Critics. Obviously, real reviews by real fans.
Where opinions roll faster than credits.
Damn. Not. I need to go to AI and make up a fucking tagline. I really do. AI is good about that. I got nothing.
That wasn't AI. That was me, you dickbag. You can have it.
Literally on the fly, right
you
there.
You can have it. There you go. You're welcome. I named Ben's podcast, and now you have this.
Oh, that's hilarious that you did that. And make sure you tune in because again, Scuba did not promote this, but I will do it for him. I'm
not on the show. I haven't been on the he has not invited me to an episode in like 80 episodes now at this point.
No, he didn't drop the episode that we did when I went home, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think he did. Now that I think about it.
He hates us. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think he hates us. He hates the Psycho. I know that.
Don't look at me. I'm outside of this conversation.
Anyway, with that being said, for the Psycho Nerd and for Mr. Lord Scuba Cabra, I am DJ Zodiac. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week when we review Trick or Treat. Until then, happy ghouling.
Remember, cereal is just cold soup.
Speaking of surprises, kids, we have a very special guest with us today. Please welcome Art the Clown.